send it to Flare network, and you'll use a bridge, but you basically deposit it, and then it's represented in FXRP, so it's a 1-to-1, and then they mint it. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how XRP can now earn yields and how Flare made that happen. What is Flare, and how XRP, which had no smart contracts, Flare made that happen. So what's live right now? FXRP, earnXRP, and USDX. And the opportunity, 70% of crypto has no decentralized finance. Flare fixes that. Stay tuned. First of all, what is Flare? Flare is a layer 1 blockchain. So their website is flare.network, but it is a blockchain. And their focus is connecting blockchains together, similar to Quant, but the difference is they're a fully featured layer 1 blockchain. They have APIs like Quant, but their whole goal is to make sure that they can be a bridge between blockchains. So why is this important? Flare enables XRP to enter the decentralized finance market. And first of all, what is decentralized finance? That is where they're taking contracts and they live on the blockchain. So you can have an entire marketplace that lives on the blockchain outside of systems like Coinbase. So that's decentralized finance. What Flare does, it enables you to build the building blocks for that network. So something like XRP, they can't run code directly on the blockchain. So they would need to partner with a layer 1 EVM-compatible blockchain like Flare to help them run code on their blockchain. So some folks were a little frustrated when they released RLUSD because a lot of folks are going, well, why couldn't you just release it on XRP directly? Why couldn't you release RLUSD, which is their stablecoin, on Ethereum? Well, the point of that was because XRP was built for speed and efficiency in just payments. So their goal was just payments. Their goal was not to run smart contracts. So in order to release a new coin, they would have to create a smart contract and they'd have to partner with an EVM-compatible blockchain like Ethereum, which they did choose Ethereum, to release RLUSD. One of the benefits of that is if it is EVM-compatible, their RLUSD could then talk to a network like Flare or XDC. So they could release those tokens and almost pair them across multiple different chains. One of the benefits of Flare is that it enables them to run decentralized finance. So when I released a video a little bit back, but you can lend and you can borrow with decentralized finances called DEXs. And a lot of folks would like to put up their XRP, but you need a way to represent your XRP in an EVM-compatible blockchain. So just think of XRP as its own little category for just speed and efficiency in payments. It's like gold. So what Flare does, it represents XRP in that Ethereum world because Flare is an EVM-compatible layer 1 blockchain. And all that really means for you is that it can talk to Ethereum. And RLUSD can talk to all the different Ethereum networks. Flare can talk to that network. And I think they like Flare because it's probably a little bit cheaper than Ethereum and it's faster. Flare times series Oracle. High integrity block latency data feeds. And so all this means for you is right here. It delivers fast, cost-effective, and data for crypto. That's really all you need to know out of all this marketing jargon. It's fast, and that's why they like it. And they're really, one part of the benefit, the way I see Flare is that it's very similar to Ethereum, but the difference is it's fast, and it's cheaper, and it's better for data. So a little bit of credibility. Google Cloud joins the Flare network as a validator. So they're gonna be earning a little bit of yield by helping them run the network. But this is back in 2024, so this isn't groundbreaking news. XRP news today. This is back in 2025. Flare turns XRP into institutional gold with 5 billion target by 2026. And what this means for you is that founder basically forecasts $5 billion or 5 billion XRP will be minted in 2026. And so they're going to try and wrap those coins and represent them on the Flare network. So basically take those XRPs out of circulation, stick it into their holdings, and then create a new XRP on the Flare network. So it'll be a wrapped XRP Flare coin. So a new XRP yield product, earnXRP launches on the Flare network. And remember, Flare is for speed and cost, so it's a little bit cheaper than Ethereum, so that's why they're doing it. And XRP, you can earn interest, but you need the ability to represent that coin on their network. And so they have a wrapped coin. And so right here, FXRP, which is their basically a wrapped XRP. So it goes into the vault, and then they can deploy these new coins. They call it capital, deploy the new capital across their chain. And what that does, it gives you the ability to earn the interest on however they're using it, depending on which contract they're on. earnXRP is probably giving them a percentage of whatever the transactions that are happening. So I wanted to show you this article real quick right here. Institutional adoption surges $100 million of XRP deployed on Flare. And this is Ripple's on-demand layer processing 1.3 trillion in cross-border payments. And so, yes, we have settlement vehicles in XRP, but you need the ability to run code after the settlement completes. And so that's why Flare is so important. But you need to represent XRP on that network. And so that's why a lot of folks are tracking it, because of the speed and the low cost of settlement that enables XRP to run code in the decentralized finance world, but you need to wrap it. So I wanted to show you this real quick. Gold and silver is living with XRP. They were live back in 2024. Real world assets, we all know that, but there's a huge surge in that. That's moving with XRPL. It's only going to increase, so you're going to need networks like Flare. XRP is a no-brainer for a lot of folks because of the settlement time. It's 3 seconds, but you still need networks and blockchains like Flare to help with settlement, because you're going to have to earn interest. You have to run code after the settlement. So a brief overview of all the projects that are on there that represent XRP and are with Flare. We have FXRP, which is the wrapped XRP. earnXRP, that's how I showed you how you earn yields with your XRP, pretty much holding it, but it being represented on that network. Google, and then there's a stablecoin USDX and FTSO Oracle. That was the Oracle showing you the speed. And then also we have Telegram integration. That's for Telegram wallet users. So Flare gives them access to pretty much help them access their network. So here's the life cycle. You hold the XRP in the real world, you send it to Flare network, and you'll use a bridge, but you basically deposit it, and then it's represented in FXRP. So it's a 1-to-1, and then they mint it. Then you could potentially earn yield depending on which decentralized finance or DEX that you choose, and then you earn it. But first, this is a little example that I built. I could go over it more if you guys are interested. So gold is projected to be on Flare. That's part of the reason why I'm focused on it, but it's going to be with XRP and Flare. So they're going to move real world assets to Flare. Bitcoin and wrapped Doge will be on Flare. They're expecting to move, basically help with that adoption. And then there's another bridge that is coming. They just have interesting names, but that's all part of marketing. But I really call Flare, I call these the Lego people, because they're the people that help build the network around the main network. And XRP is the store of value, in my opinion. And I think it's just a good settlement vehicle for transactions. It does that very well, but it doesn't help with, or at least it can't do code, because there was a trade-off. So you need coins like Flare to help run code after settlement. So that's where Flare comes in. So they're expected to have a 400% increase year over year. That was back in 2025, but that was what their projections were. We're going to be watching it in the coming futures on where they're going to land, and because there's so many blockchains out here. But I like Flare because their focus recently was, hey, we're going to focus on XRP because they're one of the native settlement vehicles for a lot of these networks.